Hi, everybody. I'm Shannon. And today I want to talk about the 5 things that I stopped doing to fix my anxiety. I thought that this was really an appropriate topic, just considering everything that's going on in the world. And I just wanted to share the steps that I took to get rid of my anxiety for good. It wasn't that long ago that I was that person that was taking ashwagandha, staring up at the ceiling at night, and really just tossing and turning a lot. I couldn't really find any peace. And it was like sometimes my stomach would be like, oh my God, what's going on? In the middle of inopportune times, especially when I was having like an anxiety attack. Or when things just seemed to be a little bit too much, the stress just got to be too high. So, anyway, I found some things that really led me to a place of peace, a place of clarity, place of ease. And I just feel completely supported by the universe. My God, I just feel completely supported. And there is no better feeling than not having and carrying that anxiety day in and day out. So, allow me to share those things with you. So, the first thing that I stopped doing was asking other people for their advice and their opinions. Now, these are people that I know, like, trust, respect. But the bottom line is what I discovered when I thought about it was that I am the only person that knows my path. That what God has designed for me is really just for me. Everybody has their own values, beliefs, and unique experiences, and everybody has their own path. They have their path, you have your path, and I have my path. The best person to give you the answers that you're looking for is yourself. And when you start going externally, that's when you get confused and overwhelmed. And so once I cut that out, once I started going to me first, I became my own best friend. And the anxiety started to go down, down, down because I felt self assured. And you can feel self assured too. Now, the second thing that I stopped doing was watching things that did not reflect what I wanted to see in my life. For example, those Friday night murder mysteries, these weird documentaries that come on TV, even certain songs, even certain people that were posting certain things on my feed. I need to cut all of that out because as somebody who works with psychic energy and who channels, I started to realize the importance of what was hanging out in my subconscious. Like these things that you watch that you think you're just relaxing, you got the remote, you're like, oh, I'll just watch this, or, I'll just see what's on this particular site. All that stuff is latent in your subconscious. And it kind of creates paranoia and it can put you on edge, whereas there really is nothing to be afraid of. So that really, really helped me lessen the anxiety because that stuff wasn't sitting in the back of my mind, seeing people being hurt and seeing violence and that kind of thing. Like once I got rid of that, the anxiety came down even more. I mean, this is a very, very stimulating world. You have to be really, really careful about what you consume, what you're listening to. And like I said, it didn't reflect what I wanted to see in my own life. And so I only started watching things that I wanted to see reflected in my life. And bam, that's exactly what started to manifest. So that was number two. The next thing I had to do was stop going nonstop. I had to eliminate the distractions. I mean, my to-do list was long. It was long. Do you hear me? Long. I felt like being busy was being productive, and my rising sign is Virgo. And so I just have a tendency to just go, 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 go. And I really don't get tired when I'm going. But I had to stop going nonstop. I had to make space. Like I literally did the calculations. There are 1,440 minutes in a day. 0.013 is 20 minutes. That's less than 1% of your day. If you just take 20 minutes to meditate. And I said, I got 20 minutes. And so once I did that, it was like all these feelings, all these emotions, they started coming up. They really did come up. But it was like something that had been stuffed down and it just wanted to be released. And so it did. It released itself during my meditations. And it was kind of like when you throw a pebble into a lake and it ripples out and then it gets still again. Things that were happening and coming my way, they were like that little pebble, but I was like that lake. I became that lake still. And you can do that too. Like it's free. Just 20 minutes a day. The next thing that I stopped doing was sitting in the house all day, just working or cleaning. I mean, there's always something that you could do at home, right? But I stopped spending my entire day inside and I started going out, like just taking walks by myself. I have a dog, and not with the dog though, because literally the dog kind of takes over the walk because you have to be aware of everything that's going on. But I stopped being a homebody who was just in the house working, taking care of things here. And what I found was I started to notice the different phases of the moon. And then I saw that my neighbor's flowers, like watching them go from like just little buds and then watching the trees come in the spring and then watching them turn in the fall. Like this became a thing. It became present. Like, you've heard that saying, be here now. I became present, like, just get not being in the house all day, taking time to be outdoors helped me just relax and just realize, like, I am part of a beautiful, beautiful world. Like, it's not all bad. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And I'm a part of it. Like, I saw myself in the trees and in the flowers. Like, I saw how we're all connected. And then the anxiety went down some more. So it was really just karate chopped at that point. Like, so chill at this point. And the fifth and final thing that I stopped doing was reacting to everything that came my way. Like, I used to react immediately, but instead, just taking a moment. You don't have to speak immediately. You don't have to answer that text immediately. You don't have to pick up the phone if you don't feel like talking. Like, I stopped being so readily available at the drop of a dime and then reacting and responding to every phone call, every situation, everything that came my way. I realized I didn't have to respond. I took that control back over my life. And I'm highly encouraging you to do the same thing. There's no reason to be anxious all the time or even most of the time. Like anxiety should be something that comes because we're human, but that we don't take a long time to recover from. So I hope that I've helped you a bit today. If I did, please do me a favor and hit the like button because that is the best way for you to help me with my work here. And if you really like this content and you want to hear more from me, then subscribe. That would be great. And what I would really love, if you have your own ways that you have dealt with anxiety and how you've conquered it in your own life, drop it in the comments. I mean, we're a community here, so please share so that we can see what it is that you guys are doing too. That would be great. And in the meanwhile, I'm wishing you nothing but light and love. So until next time, take care of yourself.